friends, welcome back to the Gough House. If you've been here before, if you're new, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm Jenny, and today I'm making my homemade hamburger buns, and I thought I'd bring you along for that. So pull a chair up to my counter and let's get started. Okay, I've got 1 1/4 cups of warm water there. I am going to put in some yeast. I'm using rapid rise. So the equivalent of 1 package, 2 1/4 teaspoons, and then 3 tablespoons of sugar. You can use 1/4 cup of softened butter in here. I think I'm just going to use coconut oil today because I have it sitting right here. You can use any oil you prefer. So 1/4 cup. We are going to use some all-purpose flour for this. It's going to be around 3 1/2 to 4 cups. So what I'm going to do is put in here 3 cups first, and then I'm going to add my salt. We need 1 3/4 teaspoon of salt, and I am using kosher salt, and I'm going to keep it just on top of the flour, away from the yeast. Salt can kill yeast. I'm also going to go grab some milk powder. We also need an egg, room temperature. Crack that in. In a way, it's a little quicker for you to make your own buns than to run to the store and get buns. Again, they taste so much better. 1/4 cup of milk powder. You can totally do this by hand, but I have a KitchenAid, so that is what I'm going to use. We're going to get this just brought together into a dough, and then I'm going to turn my timer on and let it knead on speed 1 for 7 minutes. You can use bread flour for this as well. It will result in a lighter, spongier bun. Using all-purpose flour will make it a little bit more dense, which kind of holds up better for burgers and such. I'm going to slowly add the next half. So now I've got 3 1/2 cups in there. I doubt I'll need the next half. I live in a drier climate though. It just really depends on your atmosphere. If you're in a really humid place, you might need the full 4 cups. I just kind of eyeball it. Okay, I am going to turn my timer on. I'm going to turn this down. Make sure that's on 1. I'm going to turn my timer on. I'm going to let this go 7 minutes. And we're almost done putting it together. After this, we'll just let it sit and double in size for 1 1/2 to 2 hours. Okay, after your dough is done kneading, you're going to want to put it into a ball. You can do this on the counter if you want. I just do it in my hand. Into an oiled bowl. Okay, here's my oiled bowl. I just oiled it with coconut oil. I'm going to go ahead and cover it, and I'm going to put this in my oven with the light on. About 1 1/2 to 2 hours until that's doubled in size and we get a nice dome.
2 hours later.
Okay, our dough has risen. This is a super soft dough. We're going to cut it into, if you want to get out a scale, weigh it, make sure everything is the same, you can do that. Can't remember how many I did last time. I do have a written recipe for this, or recipe card I should say. It doesn't matter to me if they're all completely equal. I am just going to stretch these as I fold the sides inward, creating structure, and then make sure you got lightly floured, and then just kind of create some feet underneath here. Onto a lined cookie sheet. Sorry, I have a podcast going on in the back. You can probably hear it. It's all the way in my sewing room, but because you know I'm sewing while I'm doing this. You can make these bigger or smaller. I mean, really it depends on your wants and needs. If I know that I'm making burgers, I usually will make them bigger. But these I'm going to use for pulled pork. Stretching, pulling, folding inward. I do my dinner rolls the exact same way. They turn out perfect every time. When you start feeling that it doesn't want to stretch anymore, then you stop. So I just go around, pull and stretch until it starts getting tough to do so. And then I'm dipping the top in a little bit of flour. I want a little bit, but not too much. Okay, they are shaped. I've got them very spread out because I don't want them to stick together. I'm going to cover them, and I'm just going to leave them right here underneath my stove light and let them rise for another 30 minutes. You can stick them back in your oven with the light on, let them rise wherever your warm spot is. Let them rise another 30 minutes. Okay, it has been 30 minutes, and there are our beautiful buns. I have 1 egg beaten with a tablespoon of water. I am going to brush each bun. You can also put on here poppy seeds or salt, sesame seeds, anything you want to put on your buns. It's only been 30 minutes, but I feel like I proofed a little long. So just keep your eye on them. Brushing them with the beaten egg gives it such a beautiful golden brown color. I flattened my buns over there, darn it. Be super careful when brushing them. If you're too aggressive, that happens. I'm hoping they puff back up. I'm trying to be super careful, and they're so full of air that they are just deflating every time I touch them. Can't say as I've ever had that happen while making these. I've got my oven preheating to 350 degrees. These are going to go into the oven at 350 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes. Okay, here they are baked. I will say, in my convection oven, they only take 20 minutes. Those two guys got stuck together a little bit, but oh well. They look beautiful, they smell so good, and they are going to be absolutely delicious. I love this bun recipe. Just be very careful when you're painting the top with your egg wash. As the other tray I did completely flatten when doing that somehow. I thought I was being careful. Anyway, there they are. And if you don't want to egg wash them, you don't even have to. They will bake up perfectly fine without it. But if you want to put sesame seeds, you're going to need the egg wash or poppy seeds. Okay, I just wanted to show you the bottom of the hamburger buns, how perfect these are. So yummy. I am going to be making pulled pork for dinner, so I was just pulling them off. Thought I'd show you the bottom of those. And there are our barbecue burgers. So it's pulled pork with sharp cheddar, onion pickle. Alright, that's all there is to making the hamburger buns. They are super easy. Just be very careful when you are egg washing them. As you saw, I deflated mine slightly. They'll still be good anyway, but egg wash or don't. It's up to you. Your kitchen, your rules. Anyway, friends, it is a super easy recipe, pretty darn forgiving. You can also shape these into hot dog buns, and you can shape them into sub buns if you want. This bread recipe is delicious, and it works for all. Alright, I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet and you like videos like these, please consider subscribing. It really helps me out a lot, and I sure do appreciate your support as I rebuild this channel. You can find me on Instagram at Jeni Gough 18. I'm also on Facebook, and you can visit my blog at jenigough.com for all of my recipes. I will put this recipe link in the description box below for you. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.